Hello, I'm EnterElysium, and welcome back to the continuation of World War K. This time, World War K2. We've detected some unknown objects near the moon, so we're going to be building a scout spacecraft. A scout SSTO. Why an SSTO? Well, why not? As you can see here, we've got a number of different options for what we're actually going to use for a cockpit. I'm tempted by using this, actually, because the B9 cockpit does look very pretty. It doesn't even really gel well with the fuselage from the stock it's meant to. Let's try these. Actually, because we've got to such a tech level, I think we're going to be using the antimatter reactor and stuff. So I'm just going to dump a load of parts around there, and then let's get out, there we go, the antimatter reactor, the generator, and... I've modded the antimatter containment unit to actually hold antimatter now, because the Kerbals have got such technology level that they've got lots of available antimatter that they can collect and refine. Does that? Yeah, that looks cool. I like that. It looks really cool. However, it's a bit long and maybe, I don't know. Can we put them in one of them? Put a second one behind it? Oh, screw it. Alright. I think maybe we should use a different cockpit. I'm just tempted by a different cockpit now. Because we could put them on the front, but it would look weird. Yeah, let's use the normal standard cockpit. I mean, it looks naff compared to that B9 one, but meh. Right, so basically, we're also using the Hullcam VDS mod, which will allow us to use hull cams for like targeting and stuff, which will be really useful. I'm just trying to think of a way to attach fuel onto the sides, but I think we're just going to be going with the standard fuel at this rate. I'm tempted by using the rocket nozzle thing, the thermal rocket, where you attach it directly to the reactor, and its propulsion depends on the reactor heat. Of course, the antimatter reactor is like the most amazing reactor. So let's see how much thrust we can get out of that thing and how quickly it drains fuel. These are liquid fuel boosts on the side. We'll also attach some jet engines just to make it be able to take off the ground somewhat easier and more efficiently. Why is that not working? Oh, it hasn't got any liquid fuel. We need to put a pipe in. There we go. Let's try that. That's not bad. Not bad. But, I don't know. Let's try this one. The Attila thruster. It's basically like a sort of like a plasma-y thruster, but that fires like an arc jet or something. It's really efficient. I don't think it gives anywhere near as much thrust though. Why is it not working? Oh, we need radiators. Yeah, no, not really. Let's try the plasma thruster. Well, oh, there we go, liquid fuel, and we're getting some good results from that. So I don't know, I really don't know what we're going to go with actually. I think, yeah, plasma thrusters. If we put a central one, then we put jet engines on the side. Now, oh, actually, wait, if we use the rapiers, because I don't know if the plasma thruster will have enough thrust in the atmosphere. Basically, what we want from a space scout aircraft is, it's going to be going into danger zones. So we want it to have a decent range, so an efficient engine, but we also need it to be able to give high thrust to get out of dangerous situations. So it needs a high thrust. So we need efficiency and high thrust. So what we're going to try and do here is by using the jet engines, the rapier engines, we can use it to get lots and lots of, thrust when we need it, when we're switching to the rocket mode. But in general, when we're in space, we'll use the plasma thruster because, of course, it's more efficient. So by doing that, we get the best of both worlds. Of course, we are counting a kind of a bigger ship than, most other ships. Like a fighter that's designed to stay in space and has, a limited range would be a lot lighter because it wouldn't have to cart, the takeoff engines and stuff. And we're carting around 3 sets of engines because we want the range from the extended plasma thruster, whereas they could get like a high delta V, not a high delta V, a high thrust. Because having a high thrust means that we can escape because they won't be able to catch us, etc. We can do moves quicker. But we need the range as well. So I think by going with all three, we've got the best of both worlds. Of course, the plasma thruster is pretty good. It has we're running off antimatter, so of course it's going to be really good. But there you go. It's going to be pretty good, but it's not going to give us the emergency boost we need. And also, the rapier engines allow us to get into space really quick. Now, the problem is we will, because plasma thrusters and an antimatter reactor create a lot of heat, we're going to need to find a place to put all of these waste panels. And I think if we put them on the underside like that, and then just set up all of our action groups. Now, I don't necessarily need to action group some of the things like the gears, but I decided to anyway. Now, I decided to include this, which is one of the simulation runs. This run does not count. It's a simulation run. Because I had this problem, and I have no idea what was causing it. But you see, we're going along fine. We're going along fine. Going along fine. Whoops. And then suddenly we veer to the side. No, Loogie! Okay, so, right. Real run this time. We're going to go to the moon. We're going to go investigate this thing. I've installed a weapons mod. For the life of me, cannot remember what it's called. It will, of course, be in the description. And I'm playing this at 4 times speed because you've seen SSTOs go into orbit before. This SSTO probably isn't the best SSTO. I was going for looks quite a lot, which is why it's got the downswept wings and so on. And I know by going for looks I kind of failed because it looks a bit naff. Now, the plasma thruster on the back, without the heat panels deployed, creates a lot of heat. So I can only run it for short periods of time in the atmosphere because I'm afraid of the heat build-up. So I'm going to run it here just to get us some altitude quickly, and then I'm going to run it at the last moment to get us the orbital velocity. Now, Loogie Kerman is flying today. Loogie Kerman is actually from the Styx Dominion, as you can tell by his red spacesuit, if you could actually see his red spacesuit. He, of course, has his helmet off because he's inside a pressurized capsule. Although, interestingly enough, NASA kind of make their astronauts wear helmets on takeoff because otherwise bad things might happen. Also because the pressure and the atmosphere mix in their spacesuit as opposed to the cockpit differ. The cockpit, I believe, has more nitrogen in it, whereas they're breathing pure oxygen. And they're breathing pure oxygen so they can deal with the change in pressure, whereas the nitrogen in the crew cabin is to stop fires that happen like, say, Apollo 1. Now, we're just going to go up and do a standard takeoff, and while we're doing this, I'm going to talk about World War K. Basically, if you like the last episode, the cinematic, I'm hoping to maybe do them occasionally when like there's really important plot stuff or whatever, but they do take a lot of work, so I don't know how often that'll be. Probably not very often at all. And I'm actually going to make some wallpapers from that, because a number of people have said, I've got like a load of rolls, do you want me to make some wallpapers? And people on Twitter were like, yeah, so I'll post some wallpapers somewhere. I'll post a link to my Twitter and to my Facebook group, so if you want some wallpapers from it, just go check over there. I'm also going to make this save, like when I'm on the ground about to take off, available so that you can play this mission yourself when you download it. Or you can make your own craft and play the mission with your own craft, of course. You will need the mods that I've got installed, or at least most of them. I think you need the guns mod that I've got. The link will be in the description, or at least the description. The name of it will be in the description. You might have to go find the link. I don't think I'll have time to compile links tonight. I will at some point. You will need Interstellar, of course, and you'll need a couple of other small things, like B9. The Hullcam mod. It's Hullcam VDS is the one I've got, which is pretty damn good. And of course, we're running in 0.23, as per usual. Now, you might be wondering why we have MechJeb, because of course MechJeb is evil and the enemy. It's been killing off everyone. We're now in orbit around the moon. MechJeb is the R202 units, the AR202 units, they don't have full sentience, they're okay. They're basically like an assisting intelligence rather than a full-on crazy intelligence. The actual MechJeb pods, those are the ones that went crazy. So we're not allowed the MechJeb pods. Now we got to get close and then check out this puppy. I think we're going to be able to just burn our relative velocity a little bit closer. We are, of course, very low on fuel, but we are using the plasma thruster, not the rapiers now, so we've got plenty of fuel. I decided to skip the transition once we'd actually got into orbit at Kerbin, because you don't really need to see the transition from the moon, well, from Kerbin to the moon. You've seen it many times before. There's actually 3 contacts, as you can see. Unknown contact 1, 2, and 3. And they do seem to be objects. We can't tell from here. They're a bit out of range. So let's just close in on the one we've got selected, Unknown Contact 1. If you look closely, you can see underneath the 2 fuel tanks, we have those 2 little things there. They're actually guns. So we've got 2 small, I think they're 15mm cannons. I think a 15mm counts as a cannon. Yeah, it must do. It's a pretty big projectile, actually. And those will be our main armament if we have to get into a fight. And, ooh, just gonna, a little bit last velocity. Where's the target? Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, pretty. But yes, I will be putting the save up for download. It'll be in the description if you want to be able to play this yourself. And, you know, make your own videos and stuff. And, yeah. Show me and show other people who watch this video how you managed to fare. I will ask that you attribute it. CC attribution license will apply. So just say, oh, based on EnterElysium's World War K series, and I'll be happy. And, if you want, link to the actual episode so you can compare and people can compare. That'd be kind of fun. I think that introduces a new level of, interactivity, which would be awesome. Now, this, of course, isn't really based on going for it for they're going to make the maximum best. Part of it's looks, part of it's just coolness. There are probably better ways to do this. Now let's put the camera, and then we can actually zoom in. That's one thing I like about the hull cam, is it has a zoom in function. So as you can see, there is something over there. Let's get a bit closer. Ooh, what's that silhouette? It's some sort of vessel. I think we need to be able to... Uh-oh. Get a little bit closer. I think that could be a mech-jeb pod. Let's look. Yes, that is a mech-jeb pod. It is the enemy. Just going to pause it there. Just one quick thing. Basically, how I'm going to run the battles is I'm going to flick between the ships. Each ship gets a certain amount of time, and then every other ship. So basically, if you have the current situation, I will go, the Kerbals will go, and then the mech-jeb ships will go, and then the Kerbals will go, and then the mech-jeb ships will go. If there's multiple ships, then each faction has a go until you've got the spare ships on whoever's got most ships, and then they go, just so that every ship gets to act. I will cut out all the dead footage where people are just trying to get in a position and so on, just to make it more actiony. So don't worry if some of the bits are less than 30 seconds, or you don't see something moving into position very much, because it's trying to condense the action into all the awesome. And of course, with space fighters, there's a lot of maneuvering, which just gets confusing. So, yeah, bear that in mind. Anyway, back to the fighting. Combat stations. Fire! Oh, yes, we got a hit. Yes! Right, that's one down. If the other two are the same, we're in trouble. Okay, it's still got some sort of control. Oh no, it's going to ram us with RCS. No! Oh. Okay, we look intact. But we're spinning, so it did hit us. Ooh. Oh, we've lost one air intake and an empty, what was it? A liquid fuel oxidizer, LFO tank. Now the other two are coming in for the final... Well, not the final battle. This is the beginning of the battle. There's two more of them, so this is going to be interesting. We are outnumbered. We're now damaged. I think there's two left, so it's 2 on 1. We're damaged. We've actually lost one of our guns, because our gun was actually attached to the bottom of that LFO tank. They look to be using Attila thrusters, so they're efficient. So these must be scouts. Wonder what they were doing scouting at the moon. Kerbin is spazzing out in the background. I have no idea what's going on there. Let's try and run. Now, we won't be able to power up our plasma thruster to maximum, and we can't use the rapier engines because we don't have enough fuel if we use them. They're not efficient enough. So we're going to try and run away, but I don't think we have enough thrust, and because of our centre of mass is now deviated, we have to keep the thrust low to stop just spinning around. Oh, the mech-jeb units are closing in.
You're flying sucks.
It's probably really helpful that they don't actually have hull cams to be able to actually aim at us with. Yeah, we're not going to be able to outrun them. And how long is it to Apoaps? Because I think our Apoaps is where we're going to be running if we get to. Yeah, 11 minutes to Apoaps. So I think we're going to have to try and take them on, actually. Despite the fact we're outnumbered and damaged. They might be out of range. I'm not sure how far a range these guns have. Yeah, they look to be out of range. Ooh. I really don't think we're going to win this, but if we don't... they probably won't leave Lugi alive. Which would be a shame, because Lugi's our first joint space operations... We've got to come up with a better name. Joint Space Operations Military Division. I don't know. There needs to be some sort of decent acronym. People come up with acronyms. Put them in the chat. mech-jeb is closing in. Ooh.
Die, primitive Kerbling.
thanks to the lack of an actual targeting camera, they're having some real problems hitting us, which is helpful, certainly. Now we're going to try and get a little bit closer. Right, that'll take us within 10 meters. Here we go. Oh, we hit it, we hit it! It seems intact, though. Maybe the bullet didn't penetrate, because these are like the lightest guns there are in this weapons pack. Ooh. Ooh. Nope, it seems to be immune. Oh, it hit us! It hit us! No! We've been hit again! I wonder how damaged we are. I'm not sure.
You are going down.
Oh, we got doubly hit. How much of us... We looked intact. Oh, no, we don't look intact. We're missing an entire wing and the fuel tank that's attached to it. And now our centre of mass is really squiffy. Oh, crap. Okay, so now we can barely fly. Let's just try and shoot this guy as we go past. If we can get this guy down, then maybe we have a small chance. Come on. Come on. He's point blank range. Oh, we hit him. We hit him. Yeah! Oh, awesome. We hit whatever that was. It looked like it was maybe the reactor or whatever. But there is a second one there. Let's take a quick shot, and then I think it's going to go. Curtain spazzing out in the background again.
Prepare to die.
Oh. Oh, no, too late, too late. Miss. Time to Apoaps is, Oh, I think we are at Apoaps now. We are indeed at Apoaps. Let's shoot, let's see if we can hit him. Really bad shooting by me. I think I was getting a bit panicky trying to shoot him quickly without using the hull cam. It makes a massive difference using the hull cam framing as if trying to aim from a side view. You've not really any sort of depth perception where your trace is going. Although it looks like Mechjeb's definitely get better at aiming. Look at that. Those shots look to be passing right next to us. Alright. Come on, Lugi. You can do it. Oh! I think we clipped him and he bounced. Slightly. We need to actually... Oh, yes! Win! We destroyed him. Score 1! Mission 1 is a success. Now, we've got to land this at Kerbal. Or at least, you know, hope that Lugi survives. Now, I skipped the going back because the plasma thruster is so efficient, and especially with a lot of our mass now missing. It's going to be it's relatively easy. We have got actually spare fuel on board. Now, one thing we don't want to do is crash, well, a little bit of fuel, but especially the antimatter. We do need to lose the antimatter because we really don't want to be landing an antimatter tank on a populated area. Now, if we... Where is it? Where is it? Not waste heat. Well, oh yeah, we need to... Ooh, no, not drag. Expand. Expand. Antimatter. Lugi's putting the his thoughts of his country and his world first. He's staying into the bitter end to dump all the dangerous products on board the spacecraft. The first mission is a success and a win for the Kerbals. Mechjeb lost 3 scout probes over the moon. No idea what they were doing, but hopefully we'll find that out at some stage. Now, the only thing we have to worry about is, will we actually get Lugi Kerbal back alive? He is now a hero, to be honoured. Maybe not as much as, but definitely up there with the venerable ranks of Jeb, Bill and Bob. Interestingly, by the way, I am of course using custom texture packs, part of the Texture Replacer mod, and the texture pack I have, I will put up online. Basically, it changes the spacesuits of the Kerbal, so there's the Nat, the Elysian Empire, and the Styx. You can tell that he's a Styx Kerbal by the fact he's got a red spacesuit and a red helmet with a slightly red visor. And also, Jeb, Bill and Bob also get their own custom faces. So I'll put that link in the description as well, so you can play along with the Styx Empire doing this mission. Because now the space programs of all 3 nations have been combined to help fight the Mechjeb threat. A very good choice I didn't install Deadly Reentry, because we wouldn't really be making it right now with Deadly Reentry installed. It's pretty impressive though, although Lugi's probably very dizzy right now. He's going down very quickly. "10 kilometers. He's about to hit the cloud layer. Well, not about to. I think the cloud layer is like 6? Might be less than that. I wonder how high the cloud layer is. Let's find out. To the cloud layer! No, it's not 6. It might be 4, actually. No, lower than that. 3? Can't tell. We haven't got our lights on. I think I turned our lights off. Why is that flashing light on the sea? Why is the sea reflecting so well? Also, why does the sea look like a tablecloth that's been stretched? I'm so confused. Lugi! Please, no! Don't go in the drink! Jump for it! No! Oh, I forgot to mention I've got the Vanguard parachute mod installed with the ejector seat. I've been EnterElysium, and if you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe. It really does help out, and you'll get to see more of the videos. Stay shiny.